The Galactic Orphan Processing Center on Station Delta 9 was considered the most efficient facility of its kind. Every displaced child from every species had their genetic markers catalogued, their cultural background assessed, and their placement determined by sophisticated AI algorithms. The system was perfect, logical, and completely unprepared for Zara. Hybrid status confirmed, the processing officer announced, their tentacles waving in dismissal. No compatible guardian species identified. Recommended action: permanent institutional care. Zara, a small figure with iridescent scales and feathered wings, huddled in the corner of the processing room. The child was the result of a rare union between two species that were now extinct, leaving her with a unique genetic makeup that no remaining species was equipped to handle. One by one, representatives from advanced civilizations reviewed her file and declined guardianship. The Vextari claimed their crystalline environments would be harmful to her organic form. The Coolari stated their telepathic educational methods wouldn't work with her hybrid brain structure. Even the charitable Maxtali, known for their generosity, regretfully explained that they couldn't accommodate her dietary needs. That's when Sarah Chen, Earth's representative to the Galactic Assembly, walked past the processing center. She wasn't supposed to be there. Humans were still considered too primitive to participate in interstellar adoption programs. Their planet was classified as a death world by galactic standards, their society deemed too chaotic and emotional for the delicate task of raising non-human children. But Sarah stopped when she heard Zara crying. "What seems to be the problem?" she asked, entering the processing room despite the officer's protests about human interference in galactic matters. The officer explained the situation clinically: incompatible genetics, no suitable guardians, institutional care, the only option. Sarah listened, then did something that confused every alien present. She knelt down to Zara's eye level. "Hey there," she said softly. "I'm Sarah. Would you like to tell me about yourself?" Zara looked up, surprised. No one had asked what she wanted since she arrived at the station. In halting words, she explained how she loved to fly, how she missed her parents' different but complementary lullabies, how she was afraid of being alone. Sarah stood up, her decision made. "I'm claiming guardianship." The processing room erupted in protests. The officer cited regulations, genetic incompatibilities, and Earth's classification status. Other representatives argued that humans couldn't possibly understand the complexities of raising a hybrid child. "With all due respect," Sarah replied, her voice firm but gentle, "humans have been adapting to care for beings different from ourselves since we domesticated wolves. We've raised children with all sorts of special needs. We've even figured out how to keep houseplants alive in space stations. We can handle this. But your species lacks the advanced childcare technology required," one representative argued. Sarah smiled. "We have something better. We have experience caring for those who are different, experience adapting our environments to meet unique needs, and most importantly, we have love. Sometimes that's more valuable than any technology." The debate reached the highest levels of the Galactic Assembly. While they deliberated, Sarah stayed with Zara, teaching her Earth games, sharing stories, and learning about her unique needs. When Zara mentioned missing flights, Sarah contacted human engineers, who immediately began designing a custom flight chamber that would work in Earth's gravity. "Your species is taking an enormous risk," the Assembly's High Minister warned. "This child's needs are beyond your technological capability to meet." "Maybe," Sarah agreed, watching Zara laugh for the first time while playing a human game called Peek-a-Boo. "But humans have a long history of figuring things out when someone needs us. We'll adapt, just like we always have." Finally, after weeks of deliberation, the Assembly made an unprecedented decision. They would allow the adoption, but only as a closely monitored experiment in cross-species guardianship. What followed surprised everyone except the humans. Earth's scientific community mobilized to develop custom nutrition programs for Zara's unique physiology. Engineers designed living spaces that accommodated both her need for flight and her scaled body's temperature requirements. Doctors collaborated to understand her hybrid immune system. But more importantly, human families opened their hearts. Zara didn't just get Sarah as a guardian, she got an entire community. Children invited her to play, adapting their games to include flying tag. Teachers developed new methods to work with her different learning style. When she struggled with Earth's gravity, a gymnastics coach volunteered to help her build strength. "I don't understand," one of the alien observers commented. "Your species is expending so many resources, changing so many systems, just for one child." Sarah watched as Zara soared through her flight chamber, playing aerial catch with a group of human children who had declared themselves her honorary siblings. That's what humans do. We see someone who needs help, and we figure out how to help them. It's not about resources or systems, it's about making sure no one has to be alone. 6 months later, the Galactic Assembly received a comprehensive report on Zara's progress. The data showed remarkable improvements in her physical health, emotional well-being, and social development. But what really caught their attention were the videos. Zara laughing with her human friends, proudly showing off her science project about her unique heritage, and falling asleep while Sarah read her stories about Earth's mythological flying creatures. The assembly had to acknowledge that sometimes the most primitive solutions, simple love and determination, could succeed where advanced technology failed. They revised their policies on human participation in galactic adoption programs. And Zara? She grew up to become the first hybrid ambassador to Earth, helping to build bridges between species, just as she had been bridged to humanity. Because she had learned what humans had known all along: family isn't about genetic compatibility or technological solutions. It's about the willingness to open your heart and adapt to love someone different from yourself.